And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a 2 for Tuesday.
Here we go, baby.
And I said it right. No help either. First time ever.
Nope.
How you doing, Tony?
Great, dude. Not even like pre-show. Hey, Tony, what is it?
No Barnes Mike, Justice.
No what?
I hear myself. That's what Justice.
No Barnes, Mike. Oh, interesting, dude. Oh, wait, stand by. Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, is he sure about that?
It sounds like it's through the computer, he said. It sounds awfully weird like a bucket.
Really, dude?
Kev
my God, dude.
He said no mics at all.
No mics at all. That's kind of weird.
Kev Dude must have been messing with the wires yesterday. He said no mics at all. That's weird, though, because that sounds completely normal. He says, there we go.
There we go. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're locked in now. Confirmed, we're locked in, dude, on this 2 for Tuesday.
All right. There we go.
Yeah, we're here,
dude.
dude.
So what was that, though?
I don't know, dude. I mean, sometimes it's just one of those things where it's like just, I don't know, like needs a little reset sort of deal. I just really turned it on and off sort of deal. And then it started working perfectly fine. So,
okay.
I mean, hey, man, it happens, you know? I mean, these machines run hard, you know? We've been pushing them a lot. You know, the late night Sunday streams yesterday, dude. The Saturday stream as well.
The Sunday stream.
Exactly, dude. These things have been working OT. Much like Josh B, dude. I know he works pretty hard, right? Over there in corporate America, dude.
Corporate America, dude. And we got a ton of comments, so I mean, we could start there. Obviously, we got a recap yesterday, but what do we got here?
Yeah, we got Matthew Gabriel, dude. He says, "Come on now, boys, let's go, dude." Speaking of yesterday, Buckta, what an effing great show yesterday. Shout out to Josh B. Kev doing the DTV gang, he says. And he says, Josh B, you're like a Dalmatian. And I'm like your God watching over you.
What?
And
the ayahuasca this morning for Michael Bucket.
And then here's, I guess, an accurate one over here. Kev, dude, you remind me of Oscar the Grouch. You've got that voice and that dog.
Yep, the ayahuasca continues.
That's
what happens when you lose to Seton Hall, right?
Yes, dude. You start being delusional, dude. And Michael Buckta wants to know if I've seen Wreck-It Ralph. I saw it once when it came out. I was never really big into it, to be honest. Josh B, great time yesterday, he says. And then Michael Buckta wants to know where I work. I work at Downtime TV, dude.
And Sacred Heart University.
And Sacred Heart University, yes. If I guess if you ever want to take a class there, Michael, you could take one of mine.
I'm surprised he hasn't signed up already.
Honestly, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, the one-off class, you know, he kind of did his time, I suppose, right? Eastern, he went, right? Or no, where'd he go? Did he go to Eastern?
No. He isn't he? Oh, he just
graduating from.
No, but isn't he still in school right now?
Yeah, West. Is it WestCon?
Western New York.
Really?
It's upstate New York. You don't remember talking about this?
No, not
He's
really,
gonna be offended now.
It's fine. And then Josh B, Buckta, laughing emojis. Let's fucking go, he says. Kev Dude says, we want the smoke, dude. And he says, yes, upstate New York. And then he also says, Barnes, if you become a fortune teller, I'll pay you $60 an hour.
Where did this come from? Like, this is one of the, he's fixated on it. He's mentioned it a couple times.
I know. I'm trying to remember to myself. Is it because you definitely like predicted something
that they would beat
that
Marquette?
Was correct? Maybe. Was that long ago?
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Maybe that was what it was.
Yeah, maybe.
He says your predictions come true.
There we go.
But the only thing is, Michael, just being honest with myself, I mean, I didn't have the Seton Hall loss on the radar, so. I guess I'm not batting 1,000.
No, can't say that.
And we had the Ernie year, right?
The Ernie Yer from the Bronx, he says now.
Yeah, Ernie Ernie was in the Discord yesterday. Great time yesterday. It started here too. I mean, it was I want to say, I mean, between here, Discord, JD. I mean, I must have put in 5-6 hours talking sports yesterday. It was quite the day. But yesterday here was awesome. Nothing like having the fellas in studio. And we were kind of talking about pre-show.
Right.
But what was your thoughts on them? Giving Sally's the nod over Southport.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. At least not entirely. I mean, they are different pies. Southport does make their pie a little bit different from Sally. Sally's is definitely thinner. Definitely, I feel like a little bit saucier too. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's your opinion, dude. And I wouldn't knock Sally's. I said to them yesterday, I think Sally's is the best pizza out of New Haven. One of the best, arguably the best in Connecticut. Depending on really the day in which you ask me, it could be that answer. But hey, man, they have a great pie. And you got, what was it? What were the toppings in the pie?
Yeah, so it was just half, as you would say, mozzarella and pepperoni. Yeah. Say it then.
The mozzarella.
The mozzarella.
No. You said the mozzarella?
No, isn't that the same thing? I'm just saying it like a higher octave, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty good, dude. I'm surprised just the one pie, too.
We were talking about this. It was actually the perfect amount. So their large pizza or whatever their
I guess it is
pizza,
huge.
15 inches. So it's 12 slices. We each had 4. We were saying it was the perfect amount where like we were full, but we weren't like stuffed at all. And you know what I mean? If we got another pie, it would have been too much. But I was saying I could have eaten the whole thing myself, definitely.
Oh, definitely, dude, especially from Sally's. And Kev, dude, really talking some trash now, saying Southport is trash, dude.
See,
and then he says, thanks for taking us to a better pizza than that Southport trash.
And it was funny. Michael did give me the idea, by the way, so I have to give him credit. Because at first I was thinking Pepe's, and for some reason, I never think Sally's. But I have to say it was amazing. And one thing that I could say with Southport, like I don't think Southport is trash. I was telling them that I think the Sicilian pie is their best pie, but I think there is something with the crust for like Southport versus Sally's. I feel like there's a lot more flavor in the Sally's crust.
I would definitely agree with that. That's I think what makes Sally's good and why people would think it's better because of the dough. The dough is very tasty. And I said, I think, yesterday on the show that, Southport's great because they use very fresh ingredients, very consistent. And they're a great, like, kind of hometown, pizzeria, dude. So, and their Sicilian is really good, dude. They make a great Sicilian, very airy dough at that point. But I can see why they're picking Sally's, dude. And it's not, there's no wrong answer here.
But I just, what do you think it is with Southport though? Because if the Sicilian's so good, why is the crust for the regular pie? Not like I said, not that it's as Kev do would say trash,
right?
But why is it not as like? What do you think they're missing?
I don't know what they're doing with the dough. If they do make different doughs, but it could. No.
Cost a little bit.
I mean, it's just I think it comes down to the bake, probably, to be honest, and I think that's just the way they bake their regular as opposed to their Sicilian. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a question for Sammy, maybe.
Yeah, but I even think too. I don't know what you think about this. Just strictly the crust, I think Beverly's crust is better too.
Than Southport?
Yeah, like Southport might have like of all the places like the worst crust.
Really?
Yeah. It definitely like I do wonder what it is like especially you get a cheese pie there. I don't know. It's like, is there not enough oregano? You think that's what it is?
No, it's not the oregano, dude.
But I really, I mean, is it like?
Well, what do you think is wrong with the? You think like the consistency wise, or just like there's not a lot?
I think there needs to be more flavor. I think that's what it is, and I'm just thinking out loud
yeah.
here.
I mean, I'm sure Beverly's, they have that Greek pie. They definitely probably smother that crust in butter or something.
Okay, so that might be it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was honestly. Amazing too. And I think you have to laud Sally's for doing a good job because you do see it all the time. And like what even happened with the Pepe's in Fairfield where, you have a location that's open forever. Then you open a new one and then it like doesn't come out as good. But I've had the Sally's New Haven, in the past, not in a while, but it just feels like it's not missing a beat. And I think like, when you think about really good pizza places, it's usually not at like newer locations. That's why Kev was like all like tripped up. He was basically saying because he's like, oh, I'm used to like going to a pizza place and you actually just say what you want and like you just order at the counter. Like that's what he was expecting.
Yeah. No, it's not like
basically a slice, dude.
Yeah. No, they don't do that, dude. They're more streamlined there, Kev. Do. And he's still talking mad shit, dude, about Southport.
What else we got here?
He says it's trash. $1.50 pizza in New York. That's better than Southport. It's that brick oven, he says, for Sally's.
Which, I mean, do you think that's what it is?
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely. I mean, I'm sure that's what adds flavor to the dough. And again, the bake is good there. So, Michael Buckner says, Josh, Kev do move to Connecticut so that way I can fuck with y'all. And then Josh B says, move to Jersey. And he goes, just fuck around, says Buckner.
Oh, man. I feel like, just because it's like I always say, it's, well, I'm trying to think now. This is the second post-Super Bowl week, Tony. But
gosh.
Just because it is like one of those weeks. And by the way, too, when we have like these breaks, and I don't know if it's different this year due to the Four Nations tournament, which I'm guessing that it is. Even though like we have like, time periods like this where it's a little finicky, doesn't it feel like it's the craziest ever every year for some reason? When it's not like the nightly box, like scores, and games to recap and stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I mean, I feel like this year, maybe. I don't know. I feel like last year we got through it, like, surprisingly. But I feel like, maybe this year's a little tougher. Because I feel like last year, I think we had Domac at this time last year.
Oh, okay.
And I remember him always coming to me like, oh, Tony, what the hell are we going to talk about today? There's nothing to talk about. And we always ended up, whatever. But I guess we probably did a lot of nonsense as well. Boy, I wish you had a Sally's pie right now, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like thinking about it, like, oh my god.
What would it be? A plain?
I mean, you said pepperoni. I don't know, dude.
No, the pepperoni I sort of good. Kevin made this point. I don't know if you feel like this, but they were the mini pepperoni, so they like kind of like
cupped up.
Yes,
dude. Fucking love that, dude. Yeah, that is the best pepperoni right there, dude. I would probably do pepperoni, maybe pepperoni onion.
Yeah, pepperoni onion is good. But I have to say, not to sound like you with like limiting the toppings, but the straight pepperoni was like really, really good. And I think it's because I never get it either.
Yeah. Oh, true. And again, like, I mean, Sally's has a tasty pie, so you don't need to overload, with toppings, dude.
And then we were going, me and Kev were kind of dressing it up. Josh too, but I feel like I was going the heaviest.
Garlic, pepper,
cheese, oregano. And it's always a pinch of oregano. You don't want to go too much. Just a pinch,
dude. Yeah, oregano's very overpowering, dude.
And then what else we got here?
Let's see, dude.
Wow, Michael Buckner call him an old man.
Bucked it. It'll be a cold day in hell before I move up to Connecticut. And he says, you gotta move to Connecticut, Kev. Come on, old man. Ernie says, my complexion won't allow me to live in Connecticut.
If Ernie could elaborate on that, I would love to know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Complexion. Like, what does that mean?
And then Buxton says, oh, Domac, that name had to remind the whole crowd.
When was the last time you talked to Domac?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess for the Super Bowl. Okay. He was texting me on the Super Bowl.
The Eagles.
Eagles, the broadcast. He was texting me for the broadcast at first. And then we were, chatting a little bit, dude.
Wait, but is this the 100th time that Michael Buck has asked you if you've liked Hollywood Studios?
Tony, do you like? Yeah, literally, he's asked me, I think, every day for maybe 2 weeks straight. Give me thoughts, he says. Have you ever seen Hollywood Studios?
So Hollywood Studios is the old MGM, right?
Yes.
They just changed the name.
I think so.
I did go there because I don't know if they still have it or not. I think they do because because Michael Buck just mentions this all the time. Mm-hmm. But I was saying how I went on the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh yeah.
Which I guess is still there, right?
I think they may have renamed it.
Oh, okay.
But in any case, dude, I enjoyed Hollywood Studios. I'm a big Star Wars fan. That's where all the Star Wars stuff is.
What about The Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian's also dope, dude. But I went to Galaxy's Edge.
But do you think they do a little it's a little too much with the Mando voice or no?
With the voice?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's too much with the voice, dude. I think it's pretty honestly dialed back.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying versus like vintage Star Wars stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess which I again haven't heard.
Yeah. Why you don't like the voice?
Oh, I mean, just I mean, it's deep. Dude. That's all I'm saying.
It is, yes,
deep.
no, it is. It is, dude. But I would recommend Hollywood Studios. Buck to Toy Story Land as well. I'm a big Toy Story fan. So you got Slinky's roller coaster. I guess like Galaxy's Edge is great. Build your own lightsaber, dude. They actually have like cool, like you can go to lunch in like the cantina and eat Star Wars food, and it's actually pretty good, Brian. Pretty good.
Interesting.
And they have alcohol. You can drink while you're in the park, dude.
Okay.
So there you go.
No, I think we were talking about this the other day that like the Epcot, like around the world, the drinks. Like,
I've never done that as an adult. I've never done
but you
that,
heard
dude.
about it, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
of
what we're
course,
talking about? Yeah.
dude. And I would want to do it. I mean, the food and the drinks around the world sounds amazing, dude.
What do you think about what Ernie says here? I mean, is Connecticut really that much colder than New York? If anything, I feel like sometimes I'm in the city, I feel like it's colder there. I know he's not in New York City, but I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, I suppose so because we're down by the water. Honestly, I definitely remember, taking a tour of Sacred Heart and them talking about the beautiful New England winters. And not for nothing, I think I got gypped because
in terms of snow?
in terms of beautiful New England winters. A couple good days this year for sure. But like other than that, dude, in prior years, fucking nothing, dude. And it's like I don't know, it's like highways, the Merit by me, it's all fucking slush and nastiness at the school. So it's just like
Yeah, but I mean,
beautiful
you're over here
New England.
running with shorts this morning. So
I didn't have shorts on. Okay, about that crazy,
I don't know.
dude.
I don't know. I mean, come on, everybody! Like, give me something here. I mean, Tony running. I mean, it must have been this morning. I'm guessing when you were running, it must have been 17 degrees.
It was 18.
Like, what
yeah.
a psychopath! What were you wearing?
I actually bundled up, dude. I had obviously gloves, hat, hoodie, thermal underneath. I had leggings on and sweatpants, and obviously socks and my running shoes. So,
and you track this on like your phone, like the distance and stuff.
yeah, I not really. I used to have an Apple Watch. I used to be able to track it there, but I don't have that anymore. So now I just go based off of memory, and the route I did today, I think, is about just under 2 miles. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, still, I think it's psychotic, honestly.
It does get kind of like. I try to avoid doing it after snowstorms, but I was really in the mood to go for a run because I didn't really do it all weekend. But it's definitely kind of tough with the fucking, especially on Old Town Road. There's no sidewalks, and then on top of it, there's snow.
I mean, and you've never busted your ass?
No, I have before, yeah.
Recently or no?
Probably 2 years ago.
Oh, so I mean, that's a long time to go without that happening.
Yes, no, true. I guess you can say that. I mean, I remember like it was yesterday, Brian.
Play out the scenario, dude.
So this was back when I was living in Stratford, dude. And I used to end, on Barnum, going down. So it was nice, like you had a nice like trot downhill to end the run. Feel good about it. And naturally, I would pick up some speed and stuff. And then I am picking up speed and I'm crossing the crosswalk and I go to make a left down my block and there's a sheet of paper in the crosswalk. I don't see it because it's white blending right into the, white bars of the crosswalk. And on my turn, I hit this thing and I slide and I just eat it and I slide like through the half of the crosswalk maybe onto the corner of the street. Headphones went flying. I cracked my phone because I landed on like that was my phone pocket side. Scraped my leg up pretty good, Brian.
Shorts.
Yeah, at this time I was in the shorts,
And
dude.
what time of year was this?
This was probably like November or September.
Oh, okay.
Or October. Yeah, it's November, October.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't hot by any means.
Yeah.
It was a little chilly out there, and it's Barnum Avenue, dude. It's a main road with lots of cars on in the morning that everyone saw me. This happened. So it was definitely
a little traumatic.
I would say it was, dude. It was traumatic, and I still get flashbacks. Oh God, no.
And especially just with the like it's different like then versus now, but like now, I mean, the ice, like what if there's black ice? Like you could have a broken whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
dude. I mean, I definitely run cautiously.
Yeah.
And thankfully, it's kind of early enough where the morning rush isn't on the road yet. So I kind of have the road, But I'm obviously, looking over my shoulder, making sure.
You never had like where you had to like flip out, like someone almost hit you. Like
Yeah, actually, I've done that before.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And again, maybe back to Stratford 2 years ago. Again, going up Barnum, this guy was pulling out of the parking lot of the Pep Boys, and I'm running on the sidewalk. He just doesn't look. He doesn't even see me. He's looking like I'm coming from his right side, and he's like pulling out, looking to his left, and he fucking almost like if I didn't stop, he would have definitely hit me. And he kept going. Like he didn't really fully even stop. And I called him a bad word.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, but listen, I mean, that's not him. Imagine what Michael Bucket would have said if he was there.
Oh, forget it, dude. Forget it. It's over.
And did we ever get any context? I saw some more comments from YTPMV. I feel like he's going
Flapjack Volume 1 on DVD,
like,
dude.
Do we have any context, like where he's listening from?
No, he's just said nothing else other than just naming shows.
Like
I don't even know Flapjack, to be honest.
Doesn't it almost like remind you of like a Prefer situation or a Derek Ho?
Derek Ho, I would say, definitely more of a Derek Ho's corner.
Because Prefer was more personal.
Yeah. Before we get really personal, actually, now he's gone, dude. So.
Well, he's in prison.
Yeah, of course, yes. He skipped out on some sort of probation violation, something, went back to prison.
What do you think about what Michael Bucket says that he doesn't like wearing winter hats?
I wear a normal hat all the time, baby. I don't like wearing winter hats. I can see that. You know?
Inside, I mean, they get itchy, hot.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And not for nothing, like, some people, like, once you start wearing the hat, you're worried about the hat hair. So you don't really take your hat off afterwards. But then you wear this winter hat, and it's like when you're indoors, like, it could be kind of a nuisance to wear a winter hat sometimes. So I can see where Buck is coming from. But I don't know. I just kind of bite the bullet, I enjoy winter hats.
I feel like, though, it's like I only am wearing a winter hat if I'm going to be outside for like an extended period of time, like going to Madison Square Garden.
Yes,
like
walking in the city, dude. He says, don't wear them. Don't wear them, he says. Barnes, have you worn a winter hat this winter?
Going to the Garden.
What hat did you wear?
Let's go Rangers.
That's right.
There we go.
And then he also wants to know, Tony, what's your favorite Toy Story character? That's a great question. It's a tough question, dude, to be honest. I guess Woody,
Wow. That was a guess, too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's one of the main characters here. It's Reason, great voice, Tom Hanks. And just obviously, he's the guy to be, There's a snake in my boat. You Toy Story guy when you were a kid? Come on.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Andy,
dude.
John Pollock. Haven't heard from him.
John Pollock. Go Wangs, dude. Dylan Larkin playing very well this tournament, buddy.
Very well. That was a big goal.
Yeah, dude.
A couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what was I going to say? What I wanted to just ask you before, it was kind of part of the potpourri before we finally moved on here from, I guess you could call it like a Thursday Open. Like
yeah. Classic. They have Thursday Open.
Was if you had to. I know this is kind of tough, putting you on the spot. Top 5 pizza places in Connecticut.
Top 5 pizza places in Connecticut.
Yes.
Whoa, dude. All right. So do they have to be in that order?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right. I mean, this is tough, dude. Number 1. No, I'm gonna start with number 5. Let's start with number 5. Obviously, start to work towards it, I guess. Fuck, dude. Number 5. Oh, I mean, does Pepe's even make the list? I will say Pepe kind of grew on me the last time I had it. Not gonna lie, dude. It really did. And the time I had it at Mohegan too with Michael and Renee. That was I don't know if it was because we were just really fucking hungry, but I guess at number 5, I'll get Frank Pepe's in there. Why not, dude? Fuck bar. I can't believe what we were served at bar, to be honest, dude. It was embarrassing. Number 4. I guess for number 4, I'll have to throw in Luigi's Pizza, to be honest. I mean, I get them so fucking much, dude. All right, so number 4 is Luigi's. Number 3, to be honest, dude, I think I'm gonna do Roseland's Pizza in Derby. Again, I haven't I've only been there once. It was a really good time. I'm trying to remember, but I remember the pizza being very fresh and tasty. So I'll say Roseland's in Derby. And then I'm going to go for number 2. I'll say Southport. Number 1, I'll say Sally's, I think, is where I'll go. And that 3-4, I may even switch maybe my 3 and 4 spot here. But I would say that's probably my top 5, dude. What do you think about my top 5, Brian? Did you like that top 5?
Can we just go quick summary? Sorry. Important call.
Yeah, no, I understand. And I said my 3 and 4 is kind of susceptible to change, I suppose. But number 5, I put Frank Pepe's.
Okay.
Okay, number 4, I threw in Luigi's.
Interesting.
All right.
Moldy, solid, and all.
First of all, we're talking pizza, okay, dude?
No, okay.
All right.
So Pepe's.
Yeah.
Luigi's.
And then I'm doing number 3 is Roseland's Pizza in Derby. Okay. And then Southport and then Sally's at 1.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's interesting too. I'm at a disadvantage here because I have only had Roseland once. It was really good.
It was delicious when I went there.
I guess by default then, I had to put it at number 5. And then I would say number 4, would be Zoo Parties. I've only had that a couple of times, but it was amazing. And then I would say number 3 would be Remos.
Ooh, yep.
Love their pizza. And actually, you know what? I'm breaking the rules here.
Oh,
Let me
fuck,
actually put just because I think I just have had Remos more in these places. I'm gonna switch it actually. So Remos 5.
Oh.
And then Zoo Parties 4, Roseland 3, Pepe's 2.
Wow.
There we go.
Wow,
There we
dude.
go. What do we think about that?
That's good. That is good. I forgot about Naughty Dolphin. Naughty Dolphin makes a good pie too.
But I think they're outside the top 5.
Yeah, they may be, dude. Interesting. No one had Colony in it. Because I mean they don't belong there.
That I love it though, and I like it definitely better than Southport.
Really?
Yes.
But there's better. Like Southport has higher quality pizza though.
But I think the Colony crust is better. Definitely is better. More flavor in the crust. So I think that's what it is. But I feel like because I've been heavy Colony, so I think I've opened my eyes now, and I would love to do some more Zoo Parties in Roseland. It's just like they're so off the beaten path for me.
Zoo Parties is in West Haven, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I've been there too, dude. It is very good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's tough. By the way, Kev bro, Southport is trash. I honestly, Kev, I'm starting to question if you remember what you ate.
I mean,
honestly,
dude. But do you think he was more flanned out yesterday or when he had Southport? I mean, he was pretty flanned yesterday on that couch.
He was pretty flanned on the couch,
He almost fell
dude.
asleep.
Yeah, dude. The Michael Special, dude.
Yeah.
And then also that day too, I think we had Beverly's. I think we had a mishmash.
Yeah. And then he was drinking.
And he was drinking on top of it, dude. And not for nothing, too. I mean, who knows? I mean, again, that day could have been. I swear to God, dude, we'll do Southport again. You go there, you get the whole kit and caboodle, dude.
No, I think to do the right thing for our fellow brethren, Tony, we get Roseland into parties next time. Just to you know what I mean? Really give them a true feel.
Yeah, I think so. No, I agree, dude. You can even try to go to New Haven if you really wanted to, I guess.
Yeah, but we'll do it when we have a watch party.
We'll
just go pick it up.
Oh yeah, so
at the end of the day, I mean, what's West Haven? 25 minutes? I mean, it's not like it's like an hour, you know?
Yeah, but then that pie sitting in the car for a half hour.
But you get there early. This way you minimize the time. You know what I mean, though? And then we have you drive.
Yeah.
We'll check the traffic. Yeah. Make it see what the best time of the day. I mean, I think that'll work.
No? Yeah, it could definitely work, dude. You know what else is good too? Apollo Pizza is good also in Derby. You ever have Apollo Pizza?
I have not had Apollo Pizza.
They're Greek style, fresher to be honest. Almost like an upper echelon Crossroads, to be honest. Boy, could I go for a pie.
But the Roseland cheese, I thought was actually amazing.
Yeah, the cheese is great, dude. Cheese, gooey.
And garlicky.
Yeah, it was very garlicky,
Have you ever sat there?
Yes. Mike Renee and I sat there for lunch, dude. It was amazing.
I sat there once. That was the only time I had it. I guess I had it when I was younger, but I don't even remember it.
I think the atmosphere is great. It gives you, it's old time pizza shop, dude. Is the vibe it gives you, and that's the type of pizza it is too. So
because it's literally a house.
Yeah, it is literally a house, dude. And then I think that they ask you to put, I think they'll put chopped up garlic on the pizza. I remember her asking us that. Like they do something with that, dude. Yeah, heavy on the garlic, dude.
And then the sausage was good, but I don't know if did you have the sausage pie there?
I'm trying to. I think we just did a plain pie when we were there, to be honest.
So we did the sausage at Broccoli Rob. It was great, but they must have had 3 pounds of sausage. Like maybe just a little less on the sausage.
Holy
you know what I mean?
Shit,
it's
dude,
heavy. It's heavy.
I will say everything else that was like the sandwiches looked good, like the heroes and stuff. Everything looks so good.
I'm
there,
overdue
dude.
for
Chicken
some
parm.
Roseland.
Oh
yeah.
fuck.
I am definitely overdue for that. You think Kevin's lying through his teeth that he was wide awake yesterday?
Yeah,
I mean, I just saw him on the couch.
Dude. Come on.
Like this.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. And then Kev just says come to Jersey one weekend. We will go on a pizza tour, show you guys great pizza.
Yeah, I mean, one of these days, right?
I mean, yeah, dude, I'm down for one of these days, honestly. Summertime, golf, pizza.
Yeah, the golf. That's what we have to do.
The golf, dude.
The golf and the pizza tour.
Yes.
Definitely. But Yeah, so I think it would be appropriate to finally move on here. If we could go to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yep, what a play! Stop it, Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. I can take it.
All right. What do we got from Kev here?
Kev dude's talking smack, dude. He says, bro, I'm telling you, I was awake.
No,
That's
his
how my
excuse
eyes
is always
get.
that he was up at 4 a.m. That's always his excuse. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. We know what happened yesterday, all right, dude?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I can take it. I think that was some extra good flan, the wax, whatever it was.
It's okay.
Because, no. I mean, listen, everybody,
You were off, like you're here celebrating Connecticut. The
Yeah,
pizza,
no, it was great
dude.
to have him.
Yeah,
There.
Josh B was awesome.
I think though he would have been a little more outgoing though if he wasn't as flaunt. I think.
Yeah. I think that is a typical sentiment surrounding that. Yeah.
Yeah. What's Ernest saying?
He says, we got to bring Barnes and Tony to DeLucia's in Raritan.
And then what else we got?
Oh, sorry. Portnoy gave it a 9.5, dude.
And Portnoy gave Sally's Fairfield 8.8.
Really?
We found out, yeah.
That's pretty wild, dude.
Could we get the 5-0 on this place?
The 5-0 DeLucia's Pizza.
This has become the food port.
Brick oven.
The pizza port.
The pizza port, dude. Opens at 11:30, dude.
Not Southport, though.
No, not Southport Pizza. Okay, interesting pie looking here. Here I can show the folks at home. Stand by. Let's go to the tab. DeLucia's, dude.
And what's your favorite pie from there, Ernie? If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. What's your go-to here?
Looks good just from looking at it.
It does.
Right?
Look, there's the pepperoni that's cupped.
That's
what
the
you want,
Sally's
dude.
Pepperoni.
Honestly,
Wow.
this reminds me of like pizza that I make at home, to be honest, where it's like actually extra bubbly. I mean, it depends here because the crust looks a little thicker around the edge, which is nice. Like, it's not going to be as thin, but I guess in this photo it kind of looks a little thin. I guess, obviously depends on the day, but dude, it looks great. It looks well done. Crispy cheese, dude. I don't know about you, but I will say like I feel like a lot of pizza nowadays goes, maybe because of Portnoy or not, but goes for like this thinner, crispy crust.
Yes, and you're saying you like a thicker crust.
I do, dude. One of my favorite pizzerias on Staten Island, which of course closed, Nunzio's, they used to have a little bit of a thickier, doughier crust.
Oh, okay.
But the pizza would still be nice and crisp,
Was it like a rent situation, or what happened with that one?
The owner, I guess it was I forget how many generations. My grandfather knew the owner, I grew up, my mom grew up going to this place.
Yeah.
I guess his family, he wanted to retire and nobody wanted to take it, sort of deal.
I'm surprised nobody wanted to buy it.
I know, dude. It's a fucking cabinet store now. Like, what a fucking disgrace,
How long
dude.
ago did it close?
Year and a half ago.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
what is the pizza place now?
Like the pizza place. Well, I like Joe and Pat's is great too. There's a spot, Justino's. They have a great square pie right near me.
Square pie, though, or no?
No, Sicilian is great.
Oh well, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking Sicilian.
No, yeah, and yeah, dude. And they do a Sicilian a little bit differently. It's saucier. Cheese is kind of like on the bottom almost, but it's delicious Sicilian pie. Brothers Pizza by me is great. What the hell is the place? Oh, Lee's Tavern's also really good on Staten Island. I'm forgetting another one right now. I can't think of it. Doesn't really matter. But this pizza looks really good, dude. We should definitely try it, dude.
Yeah, let's set it up, Ernie, for sure. Where is
Raritan? It's
yeah.
in New Jersey.
Do we have
Like an ETA?
I'll look it up. Raritan.
Raritan, New Jersey, dude. Somerset County, New Jersey,
Oh, so
by
this is probably by
Bridgewater.
If it's in Somerset County, that means it's by Somerset by default, right?
Yeah, you would think so, right?
Almost 2 hours though. I didn't know.
Yeah, dog.
Well, I guess he lives right next to Josh B, doesn't he?
I'm not sure where he lives. to be
I
honest.
think he's pretty close to Josh B.
Me and wifey are foodies. He says I got a spot for anything you need, and the large pep, well done. He says that sounds so good, dude.
That does.
Kevin says Pizza Hut's better than Southport Pizza, which is come on, man. Like I think you're getting a little out of hand here. He says I can meet you in Jersey, so you don't have to drive too much.
I don't understand that.
What?
Like he could meet us in Jersey, so we don't have to drive too much. I don't know.
Me and Josh are 5 minutes from each other.
But you know what
I guess he's saying that like we'll meet somewhere in the middle and he'll get the pie.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what it is. Okay.
Which I don't mind the 2-hour drive.
No.
All right,
road trip, dude?
Yeah, then afterwards we go to Staten Island and have the best pizza, dude.
Well, then we just go to AC after.
Honestly, yeah, you're probably right, dude.
Take
the train to New Jersey. And he says, yes, Josh B's on the bed. Ride for me,
I mean,
dude.
a train hammered, right, Tony? I mean, you would probably prefer that, no?
Yeah, that does sound good. And Danino's, by the way, Danino's is the place I was thinking of.
In Staten Island.
On Staten Island, yeah. There's one in Jersey as well. They opened one up after. But Danino's is great. Right across the street from the first Ralph's Ice. I don't know if you've had Ralph's Ice, Italian ice, water ice.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Delicious stuff, dude. But Danino's is great. Danino's is really good. I guess Barstool was there too. I wonder what they got. That's so. It's so funny when he goes to Staten Island, dude.
When Portnoy goes there.
Yeah.
Oh, but is this? You think they're gonna let us play this or no?
No, probably not. It looks like he gave it an 8.1 though.
Okay, yeah, let's.
They
got tight about a Tiger Woods shot from what 1997.
I think that was the 08 U.S. Open.
No. Because remember it was the hole in one at the Waste Management.
Oh, you're right.
That was
right.
ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is so stupid, dude. 8.1 seems kind of low for Dino's. Honestly, fuck Portnoy. Stupid bitch. Yeah, what's up, dog?
But yeah, everybody's starving. I'm excited to have some pizza I haven't had in a while. That's for sure. But yeah, some interesting baseball notes here. I mean, I guess the first thing that is closer to home, and we were talking about this with JD last night. The Montas news, the lat strain 6-8. I mean, how do you feel, Tony? Because I know you weren't really excited about Montas to begin with. Like, do you even care, or is it still like, well, the depth takes a hit, so you don't necessarily?
Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously I care. Not to mention you're paying this guy $17 million. I want to say.
Yeah, it was 35 over 2.
Yeah. So it's like, dude. I mean, before this guy is even hitting the season, hitting spring training. He's already being injured, which is just annoying because obviously as a Met fan too, that's happened to Senga, like he missed the beginning most of the year, obviously last season. And then the year before that, it happened to Scherzer, it happened to Verlander, like where you're just aces or you're part of your starting rotation just isn't starting the season off. And not for nothing, the Mets don't get off to good starts of the season the past couple of years. So which, causes me like a lot of angst, okay? So it is kind of annoying to have to deal with, and I know the Mets still going with the 6-man rotation, so that does suck in terms of depth. I know you have Canning, and I guess you can throw McGill in there somewhere and try people out, but not for nothing, you may not see Montas before the All-Star break, dude. Who knows? As this lat strain, and of course, I'm sure as Brian would know too, with him with the Yankees. I mean, he was injured. He is injury prone, and again, I was kind of looking at this as kind of a glass half full guy, I suppose. I mean, I had similar feelings for Montas as I did for Quintana, for Minaya going into last season, and I think that they, answered to the expectations that I think that we had. A lot of people doubted them, and they, yes, maybe got tired and worn out down the stretch of the season, but they had good years, So I thought, maybe the Mets could do this again with the Montas. But obviously, the injury does suck, dude. And again, like I said, Mets are trying to go down to go with the 6-man rotation. I guess maybe to help Senga here. And maybe it's worth calling Quintana. You were talking about him yesterday. He's still a free agent.
Yeah, I was going to ask that if you think that they should sign somebody now.
I guess it wouldn't hurt. If anything, you have some guy who can maybe fill a bullpen role. Right?
But I mean. If it were me, I would want him to start over Paul Blackburn or Griffin Canning, no?
Yeah, no, I probably would. It should be interesting to see, I guess. It seems like no one's interested in him, which I'm kind of surprised, I guess. But yeah, I think it may be worth, probably signing Quintana at this point and bring him into the rotation. And yeah, because again, I still feel like your pitching in general is still a weak point. It was doubtful for the rotation, and the bullpen still is kind of weak, in my opinion. You never know what you're getting with Diaz. We know Stanek could be good. Drew Smith is still out, getting a starter, and then when Montas comes back, somebody goes into the bullpen. That's great, it adds depth. You're going to need that down the stretch of the season. You're going to need to acquire pitching probably regardless of the deadline, So yeah, I would say go out there, get Quintana. I don't know who else is on the market still as a free agent, who's even notable. But it does kind of suck that he's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. They said with the injury, 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. And lats are always so long,
especially for a pitcher, dude.
Yeah.
That shit fucking lingers, man.
Yeah.
So it is tough, dude. It's like, what could have been good is just now non-existent. So whatever. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's as you would say, not what you want. But it'll be interesting to see, what they do, if they entertain Quintana. I mean, I would just think if nobody signed him, I mean, I would think you would be able to get him for like $10 million or less, right? Or
I would
probably
think
$10 million. Probably $10 million.
8.5.
Yeah.
And I think that's worth it, dude. And you know what you're gonna get with him. He's probably someone who's gonna pitch hard for you. And he does know the game, I mean, he did adjust nicely over the course of last year with the pitch selection and locating, his off-speed, breaking balls here. So, if I was Stearns, I would do that. But I guess we'll see. I don't even fucking know, I don't even know how he even has this injury, to be honest, before the season starts. Like, what the hell, dude?
I guess of 21 minutes ago, though, Fantasy Pros says that Quintana has not heard from the Mets. Yet. But and he just turned 36. But I mean, I think a lot of teams, I mean, just looking at the numbers for Quintana, really over the past 3 years are just betting that his better days are behind him. But I mean, 2.93 ERA and 32 starts in 2022. A 3.57 ERA and 13 starts in 2023, and a 3.75 ERA in 2024. So I'm guessing they're thinking like upward trajectory there, where he's going to go back to where he really struggled in 2019, 4.68, 2021, 6.43. But you would think somebody's going to sign him soon. And I have to say, I mean, I would rather have Quintana than Marcus Stroman.
Yeah, it's actually a great point. I definitely would as well.
Yeah, so I mean, you would think someone will sign him. It'll be interesting to see, whether it's the Mets or who it is.
It should be the Mets, dude. Like, why are you like?
Yeah,
you need to.
I mean, I think someone will jump in if they don't. So
you
would think
definitely.
maybe they act on this quick. And not a signing, but a big news bite that dropped this morning. I actually first heard about it because Rick, it was not Rick, but Dave was trying to tease it with Dan this morning. He's like, "Oh yeah, we got this good tweet from Passon, but we'll wait," and it's like, well, like you're not like I guess like making anybody stay to listen because we're just obviously going to look at what Jeff Passon tweeted, which I did, and then didn't listen to them talk about it. But I guess there was a self-imposed deadline for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And as we've expected, no extension, and I guess. He's saying he's still open to one at some point, but
not during the season.
Not during the season, and that he'd love to stay in Toronto. It's his home, but he's gonna have to see what the other 29 teams say. And by the time he hits free agency, he'll be 26. He'll turn 27 next season. So I mean, to me, this makes me feel like there's just no way in hell he's staying in Toronto.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of agree here, dude. Especially because the market for first baseman, I think, would be pretty high after next season. Obviously, the Yankees are a team that come to mind. You never know what's going to happen with Alonso with the Mets. I think Rick and Dave, or I guess Dan and Dave, were even talking about the Red Sox potentially wanting him. But I would imagine a lot of big market teams, sans the Dodgers, obviously. Would probably look for a good first baseman, especially if Vladdy's in the free market. I mean,
well, his age is what does it, because we talk about this all the time. I mean, because the guys go to college, they stay in the minors, this and that. Unless you're out of high school and you're elevated quickly, or you're an international free agent like Vlad, you don't get to free agency before 30. So being it'll be at 26, going on 27. It made me wonder though, like what type of deal are we gonna get? Is it $300 million? Is it $400 million? Is it $500 million? I mean, I'm sure it depends on how he performs this year, but let's just like hypothetically say he has a similar year, which was an outstanding year after a very slow start last year. But he has that type of year this year. I mean, is it 10 years? Is it 12? I mean, what do you think we're looking at here for Vlad?
Yeah, I think you're looking long-term big numbers. Yeah, like 10 years, $400 million.
Okay, which
Yeah.
would shatter the first baseman record.
Yeah,
for
dude.
Contract.
Especially, I mean, if he does have a year as last year, I mean, absolutely, dude. Obviously, that is entirely dependent on that. Because at that point, if you're looking, if he has an off year like he did, I want to say maybe 2-3 seasons ago.
It was actually 2 years. Like the 2 years prior to last year were off years for Vladdy.
So I mean, you got to show some consistency, some development. You got to have a great season with Toronto, especially now. I mean, he said it. Their numbers were on the table. His numbers were on the table. Didn't match up. So we're gonna hit free agency. So I mean, he is betting on himself. If he wants that money, he's gonna have to play well. So I mean, if he does like 2 years ago, he plays like that. I mean, I don't know, 8 years at 275. I think it falls pretty dramatically. Because again, I mean, I guess it kind of depends, maybe too. Regardless, thinking of the market, there are going to be teams that are looking for a first baseman, right?
Right.
I mean, even John Pollock here says Vlad to Detroit. So
and I'm interested what John thinks here because I've always just thought this. I feel like and they've moved in the fences several times, but Comerica Park really does in potential free agents because these home run hitters. They're leery of going there because they're worried that their power is going to be sapped. And I'm just curious what he thinks about that. And that's what happened to Juan Gonzalez way back when he went to Detroit and he had a tough time. And that was, when the fences were really extended. I'd have to look up exactly how far back they used to be. Now, in terms of what you, let's say, again, assume similar year to last year, like not what you think he's going to get, but what do you think is a fair value for Vladdy? Like I said, similar year to last year. What do you think the fair value is?
A fair value.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I honestly, I think 35 a year for 10 is more than fair.
Okay, so you don't think he's worth 400? Basically, is what you're saying.
I mean, I think there's still some things left to be desired. I mean, not for nothing. It's not like he won anything with Toronto.
Right.
They had that one year where they made it to the wild. Did they lose in the wild card? Did they lose in the first round? They lost in the wild card?
I'm trying to think because, it must have been wild card. I don't think, because when they made the run, that was with Jose Bautista.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude. I mean, it's like, and not for nothing. I know you were a young team and whatnot, but you were supposed to build upon that. Really didn't. So, yeah, I mean that's the one. And again, if he has an off year, fair valuation, I would say. What do you think?
I think if he does what he did last year and you keep his age in mind, I think 10 for 4 is fair, honestly. Because I mean, hitting 320 with 30 home runs, I mean that's
wild.
Big time. Yeah. And I know he doesn't feel well, but then you think about what Juan Soto got. So I think that would be more than fair.
Yeah, no, I think so too, dude.
And John says if we have to move in the fence to get him, I'm all in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get obviously Comerica Park was constructed a long time ago. When did it open? 2000. 2000. So but even with the newer ballparks or what the Orioles did, but I guess actually the Orioles are shortening that wall in left. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, for Camden Yards as I do the XLR kick out.
Oh boy!
But I just don't understand why any team I'm not saying it needs to be just a complete bandbox, but why any team it would be attractive to them to have this massive park that's hard to hit home runs out of.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't make any sense at all, dude. What are how is that regulated when a team wants to? Cause I mean, obviously the Mets did it a little bit when they added the bigger monitor and pulled in some more seats, but what's the minimum distance? Do you know?
I mean, that's a good question. And by the way, the Camden Yards situation, the wall height in left is going to be lowered from 13 feet to 8 feet in some areas and 6 feet 11 inches in other areas. So this is a big jump.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it is. By the way, this is courtesy of Wikipedia here. MLB mandates a minimum of 250 feet. And recommends a minimum distance of 320 feet at the foul poles and 400 feet at center field. So 250 feet, what does that mean? It just says 250 feet in the recommends.
So I just looked this up, and it's saying the minimum distance from home plate to the foul line is 325.
To center? This says 400 to center.
Well, and you know what I don't get is like Yankee Stadium, the lines are 318 and 314.
Yeah. This is courtesy of MLB.com, by the way. The rulebook states the parks constructed by professional teams after June 1st, 1958 must have a minimum distance of 325 feet between home plate and the nearest fence, stand, or other obstruction on the right and left field foul lines, and 400 feet between home plate and the nearest fence, stand, or other obstruction in center field. However, some clubs have been permitted to construct parks after that date with dimensions shorter than those specified.
So I'm guessing, like, you know, obviously Fenway Park, you know, like they have the 310 with the pesky pole, and even some areas I think you could hit it 299 depending on the launch angle. But I guess it's like with Yankee Stadium, since they just honored the fact that they were having the same exact dimensions as the previous stadium.
I guess.
But
I don't see why they're so special.
Here we go.
Just making a joke.
That was really funny.
All right. Michael Buckta.
Michael Buckta cracking up somewhere. But it is interesting too. I guess it's like, you think that they've never made it uniform because they just think that like it adds to the character, the uniqueness of every ballpark.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think they really enjoy that, to be honest, and I don't think they ever would make that a rule where everyone has to be the same. That'd be ridiculous.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is interesting though, because if you think about it, it's the only sport that's like that. I mean, obviously softball, but like same
yeah.
thing. It's not like, you know what I mean? There's a different size football field, different size basketball court,
That's
different
true.
size ice rink.
But I mean, I guess in football, some fields are grass, right?
Yeah,
Some are
but I'm
turf.
just saying just dimensional.
Yeah,
you know?
no, yeah,
It's the only
dimensionally.
one that has
Yes.
dimensional variability, Tony. How about that? Say that 3 times fast.
Dimensional variability, dimensional variability, dimensional variability.
You stuttered a little bit. Second week post Super Bowl. You just can't beat it. And then there was a couple other notes here. I'm surprised Justin Turner's still playing. 1 year, $6 million with the Cubs. I mean, what do you think about that one? I guess they have Shaw, who we got his card, by the way, in the Prism. Matt Shaw.
Oh,
is
nice.
one of the
Okay.
top third base prospects. He's gonna start the year, so I guess this is kind of like a depth move, and also he can play first base.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could really throw him anywhere in the infield, right? And I suppose he cranks one out every so often, I guess. But, I mean, geez. I mean, he's 40 years old. Again, it adds depth, but, I mean, you know, this guy is going to put up tremendous numbers by any means, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so basically you're saying if – you know what's interesting, though, by the way? Like 2 years ago with Boston, I mean, he hit 23 and 96.
That's great.
But last year was only 11 and 55 in 139 games.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like the way, you know, he's aging, the trends here.
You're basically poo-pooing it.
I guess maybe Chicago's trying to milk any baseball that's left in him out, but
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't expect much, dude.
Like, I feel like he didn't even need those $6 million. It should have been like an invite to spring training.
You know, literally, yeah. But I guess maybe his agent is good, I guess. It looks like he's part of Gary V's sports agency.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, Vayner.
And then what do you think about John saying Torkelson
Is
moved to
it?
third and
I
that
think so.
Vlad and Kerry Carpenter would be so much fun together?
I mean, he's not wrong, I guess. I mean, Kerry Carpenter, I guess, was good last year for the Tigers. I'm not sure defensively, really. But, I mean, you know, if Torkelson can play third, then, yeah, why not, dude? Right? I mean obviously,
Yeah,
adding
Torkelson
Vlad
has
would be
struggled,
great,
so
dude.
I mean, you're going to do whatever you can to accommodate him.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And, you know, again, I mean, it's Vlad. It's a huge bat. You want to bring in more free agents. He's in Detroit. People would want to go to Detroit and play with him, you know? I couldn't imagine what would happen to Toronto, though, if Vlad ends up signing somewhere else. I mean, geez. They're getting a hard enough time getting good players,
Well,
you know?
they're saying, too, that if they struggle to start the season, they'll trade him.
Oh, that would be crazy. I mean, I hope that's not the case, honestly.
And then I saw Geraldo Perdomo, 4 years,
Perdomo,
$45
really?
million extension that includes a club option for 2030. 25-year-old shortstop. I looked at the numbers.
Good?
They didn't pop off the page.
273 batting average, slug 374. Only 9 stolen bags.
I don't know if the field. Go to the fielding. Did we get good fielding metrics?
Let's go.
You go down.
Yeah, I'll just go down. Just fucking.
Sure.
Standard fielding here. I mean, 5 errors in the field, I guess.
In how many games?
In 97 games. It looks like.
So I guess not terrible, right?
It
seems like this is a future bet, even though he's 25 years old. So it's like, I mean, that's still young.
He still could develop, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what they've seen him, but hey, I mean, good for him.
It kind of one of those pre-arb deals.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else I thought was interesting too. What did we get here from Tommy?
Tommy says, yeah, just bulldoze River Avenue or Lansdowne Street to make Yankee Stadium of Fenway Park bigger or Fenway Star. Okay, I see what you're saying. Bigger, LOL, he says.
No, but I was just talking about like the grandfathering in when they rebuilt the stadium. Obviously.
Yeah. That is funny.
But I saw this, and I guess Michael K is pissed. So you know how ESPN has the doubleheader exclusive? I think it's Dodgers and Yankees. They're the only 2 teams to play on opening day. That usually Michael K is given the nod for the alternate broadcast, but they're going with Joe Buck getting the call.
Really?
And yeah, he's going to call Brewers Yankees. Joe Girardi is one of the color commentaries too.
With
Joe
Buck?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, interesting. Michael K is tight.
Yeah, because I guess he's either called it on radio or TV Yankee opening day for the last 37 years.
Interesting. What do you think happened?
I think ESPN wanted to give Buck a shot, but it's interesting because, the MLB after this season can actually opt out of their TV deal with ESPN, which it'd be interesting if they do that, because it seems like, the ESPN for a while has kind of been burying them in the sand. That would be it. But I wonder who would take the rights. I guess just some Amazon, NBC type of endeavor.
I guess. Oh my God, that would be really annoying. I guess. But
I understand it's just like a nostalgic thing on my part, but that would kind of be a sad thing, just because growing up, I mean, I know it's different now, but baseball on ESPN was the best. Baseball Tonight, right? I mean, it's just Joe Morgan and John Miller, right? I mean,
yeah, no, it would be like you said. Maybe it's just a nostalgic thing, but it would be, and you never know too, like who's gonna buy it, what they're gonna do, who they're gonna put on. Like it's gonna be different feel, different look, and
because I feel like CBS is not gonna buy a baseball package, so it just would feel like it would be not. NBC, Amazon, Apple TV, and it's like if Sunday Night Baseball is on Apple TV, I mean, it's just like, are we kidding?
Yeah, are we kidding is right, dude.
But if you had to guess, though, I mean, you think they just keep it on ESPN? They figure it out?
Yeah, I do think that, honestly.
Because ESPN, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, what don't they have rights to besides like NASCAR? They have like every single sport.
Yeah, every single sport is right, dude.
So yeah, I think they'll come to fruition there on something.
Oh yeah, dude.
But we'll have to see. I forget, because I know a lot of Yankee fans. I actually am not as tight as everybody else, but a lot of Yankee fans didn't like Buck with the baseball. Where are you with that?
I think a lot of Yankee fans didn't like him because it seemed like he was biased against the Yankees.
Yeah.
And I think it did seem like that, to be honest. Obviously, I don't really care that much, I guess. But as someone who is in the business, I guess, I mean, you're not really supposed to let your fandom, especially on a national broadcast, you're not supposed to really favor one team or the other. And he would just make these snarky comments, which, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, he's good. He's not anything special, I don't think. He does a good job. But like I said, he's nothing special. So
you think he's just got to ease up on the snarkiness and then they'll be okay?
I think so, dude. Yeah, I think him and his wife divorced yet? Well, because no, his wife was she used to be a Broncos cheerleader, right?
But that was his first wife.
Well, that was his first wife.
But then he has the second wife. And I wasn't sure if you were kidding about that, because remember we had the conversation a couple years ago about how he went on the Manning cast.
Yeah.
And he said how he could just hide out in Cabo when his wife gets sick of him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, they had her on. It was either this year or last year in the football season.
It was last season. Yeah, she did like a pregame thing, right?
Right. Well, no, and then she had some health issue or something.
Oh no.
But then she was back last year. But what I'm saying, I think it was the previous year where they were together, and then they were saying oh yeah, this is such a rare opportunity that we're together.
Yeah, very odd, dude. And I think it's something about they don't work well together or something. I don't know, dude. It doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess really the only other thing was that the Angels said that Trout will mostly be in right versus center.
Heard about that.
You think it just doesn't matter? Like, it's like, I mean, I guess it could help a little bit, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're all anticipating under 100 games. I mean,
yeah, right. And LA going nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah, either way though, I'm excited. Spring training 2 days from today. Division previews around the corner, Tony. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Speed, here he comes. McDavid shoots, top shelf, he scores! Captain with the overtime winner! That's the middle, great hit, Cameron. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, rink wide! Made the full split save! Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights!
All right. So we had 2 of the 4 Nation games last night in Boston.
That's right.
And the first, we saw Canada hold on 5-3, had a 4-0 lead before Finland scored 3 unanswered, but Canada, is able to get the job done here and earn the right to face the U.S. in the final. And I think you were mentioning that you caught some of this one, Tony?
Yeah, dude. I had it on before class and kind of had it on muted during class a little bit. Yeah, dude. It was a great game. I think Canada came out firing. They scored 4 goals unanswered. 2 from McKinnon. I think 1 was from McDavid. I forget who the 4th one was from, but regardless, I think they're definitely playing better hockey. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Finland rolled over. They were playing, good hockey. They were playing physical. They were trying to, at least. They had some good opportunities early on. But I mean, obviously, just like we said yesterday, just really overpowered by their offense. Just too much for them to kind of try and defend against. So I don't know. To me, I know it ended up being 5-3. But I don't know. I think this game could have easily gotten a little uglier if Canada wanted it to be. Obviously, and the Finns here did make that late third period push, but little too late, dude. So I mean, good for Canada getting a win under their belt, I suppose.
Yeah, and I mean, even though we already beat them, I mean, as a fan, did you want the rematch just because the game was so good last time?
I mean, yeah, I wanted the rematch because I think that these, Canada, USA are the 2 best teams in the tournament. So I think it would be just the best hockey, the best matchup, and obviously the narrative, Canada, U.S., they're 2 bordering countries here. So I think it creates for a good storyline, great game. As a fan of the USA, though, now I'm a little worried. I'm not going to lie, Brian, USA, we'll probably talk about it, obviously, but they lost last night. They have a couple injuries they're dealing with.
Kreider's
Canada, well, yeah, I guess so.
No, he's not going to play, probably.
Canada, he's Canada, he's coming off the win now. They have all the momentum in the world, and they're also like like we lost last time. We want to definitely beat you now in the final.
We get the home game this time.
We do get the home game, but I don't think that'll matter that much, to be honest, dude. I think there'll be plenty of Canadian fans in the crowd over there in Boston, and not for nothing, it's not even that far from Canada. In any case, dude, it does seem like that Canada has all the momentum on their side right now, and it feels like that USA is going to have to, try a little bit harder, dude, to win this game. It's not going to be like last time, I don't think.
And I know what you're going to say to this, and I just want to, first of all, I'm switching back to baseball just for a second because it came up on my Twitter, and I almost, it feels like I'm justified here a little bit.
Oh,
and keep in mind, the person who said this, and I know you're going to say, fuck him, whatever, but he is a Mets fan, okay? And he says, so this was on Boomer and Gio. Gio said, Gio hates how the Mets spring training hats puts a damper on Juan Soto's arrival. It makes the team look like a joke again. The first day he's out there, he comes out and he puts on that silly-ass hat. So all I'm saying is, Tony, I'm not the only one who thought it. The hat is a
first
little
of all,
looking.
What the fuck, dude?
It looks like it's the Binghamton Mets hat.
Like,
honestly.
what
That's
the
it
fuck
looks
is
like.
wrong with people, dude? No, people are really splitting hairs. People are honestly haters. Now this is pissing me off.
But he's a fan. He's a fan. He's a Mets fan.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck if he says he's a Mets fan. He's obviously hating on the hats. It's Mr. Met. First of all, as a Met fan, I believe Mr. Met is the first mascot in baseball, which is pretty fucking sweet. I don't know why, like people, whatever, dude. You should be fucking proud of that. Mr. Met is a great mascot. And it's, first of all, spring training. So it's a time where it's a little laid back, try new things, do people whatever, and every team does the fucking spring training hats, and having Mr. Met with sunglasses is like, oh my god, dude, people make a huge fucking thing about it. And honestly, Gio, like, find something else to fucking talk about. How about that, dude? On your fucking show, ridiculous. You want to hate on this hat and make it a big deal, and it dampers Juan Soto's debut as a Met and makes the Mets look foolish. You look foolish talking about it, honestly, dude.
But you don't take any stock into, and I know you're going to just hamper on the whole Mr. Met nostalgia of all of it, but that it doesn't look to you like a minor league baseball hat when you look at it.
I think that it does. It could, sure. But I think a lot of other spring training hats could as well, dude.
Anything come to mind?
Specifically off the top of my head, not really. I mean, not for nothing. Anytime I see when the Yankees use like the top hat and the bat, dude, I equate that with the Staten Island Yankees. That was the logo they used, but that logo was sick.
Yeah, I feel like that logo looks better though. No, I know you just. I swear to God, I know you don't believe me. It's fine, but it has nothing to do with the Mets. I do honestly, from the bottom of my heart, think it just is a bad looking hat, Tony. I'm sorry. It's nothing to do with the Mets. It reminds me of rookie ball. Honestly, it does. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I think that's just
like
stupid. It's a spring
say,
training
but
hat,
I'm saying if it was orange and it had a blue interlocking NY that the Mets copied from the Yankees, I wouldn't even have said anything.
But that's like a generic, who cares?
I don't know. I guess it's like I just like the way that the normal logos and hats look like at the end of the day.
I can't believe that this is even like a thing, dude.
It was Gio's fault, really.
Let's see here. Hold on. All right. Spring training caps for every team. All right.
Who the hell is that?
The Cubs? Is it the Cubs?
If it is, that's embarrassing.
I mean, it's a bear here. Let me share this tab with the folks at home. How about that, dude? Let's go through the caps. All right, dude? Oh, my God. All right. So the Cubs, not good, dude. There's the Cubs right there for the people at home. All right. Not great. All right. Let me do maybe a little bit of this action. How about that, dude? And then let's see, dude. There's the Mets, dude. Wow. I think it looks fine, to be honest, dude. That's Mr. Met,
Hartford
dude.
Yard Goats, New Haven Cutters, something like that.
I guess this is all they give us, just these two breakdowns. I guess I can zoom in here. Well, the Guardians logo I think is stupid in general, so that's bad.
Texas, questionable.
Texas, yeah, I suppose is questionable. The Phillies can kick rocks with the Liberty Bell, in my opinion, dude. Like,
Where is that one?
Right here.
I don't know why I can't see it.
Can't see it?
Oh, no, that's the one I was talking about. I thought that was the Rangers. Okay, yep.
Oh, no, yeah, I would imagine this T down here is the Rangers. I guess Astros, the Detroit Tigers is pretty cool. I mean, I guess the Diamondbacks are cool too. I don't know why they have like a baby blue hat though. Honestly, dude, the old school look for the Yankees hats with the lines on them, that can kick rocks too.
But the thing is, though, that's just a regular logo, though, and they have the pinstripes. That makes sense. Mr. Met, it's just... Even John Pollock agrees, though, and that's how you know that I'm not just...
No.
But John Pollock agrees.
I don't care about John Pollock right now, dude. Well, maybe you did text him on the side, dude. And he says, because we have style. The Tigers hat is sick, dude. The actual orange with the old school tiger looking logo is pretty awesome. Fuck all you guys. Mr. Met is sick, all right? And no one else is a mascot even. I guess that's not necessarily true, but at least on their fucking hats, all right? Fuck off.
And John Pollock actually said some stuff.
The Rays hat sucks, by the way.
Where's that one?
I want to say it's this, right? With the sunshine.
No, that is a bad one.
I hate that logo.
I like the Blue Jays one. That's old school.
Blue Jays is cool. Cardinals are cool.
Who's the right? Is that
Washington?
Mariners? But they do the University of Washington's hat? Kind of weird, no?
I thought maybe it's the Nationals.
But where are the Mariners up there?
Marlins. Oh, Seattle right here. Right? With the star?
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, so that's the Nationals?
I think so,
but
right?
Doesn't that look like the University of Washington?
It does, dude. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of
we gotta take
good,
over
dude.
the hats for spring.
And what's this red hat
Miami,
with the M?
right?
That's Miami.
But it's like they don't have red.
No, but we have Miami.
Minnesota. That's Minnesota. But it looks like Miami, and that's why it's a problem.
It is the Minnesota Twins. Yep. Mm-hmm. Stars. Yep. Yeah.
Questionable.
Questionable.
Comes into question, Tony.
It does come into question. John Pollock, ouch, he says, Detroit style.
But up there, he was saying what? F. Toronto, Joe Buck needs to stay away from baseball. Can't stand him anymore.
Yeah, can't stand him anymore. It also, USA has this in the bag, dude.
Which I think they do. It'll be tough, but they have it.
I don't know if they have it in the bag, dude. Comes down to goalie play really well. Josh B says, who is Canada's goalie? Montembeault.
No, but it's Binnington.
It
is
is.
Montembeault even on the roster?
He is definitely on the roster.
They haven't played him.
Right, because it's Montembeault, it's Binnington,
played every
and someone else.
But that's surprising that they wouldn't have played him.
Binnington fucking sucks,
No,
dude.
but even more to the point, you know?
I also hate how ESPN still doesn't have fucking rosters for these teams.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid, dude. I guess let's look at Binnington's numbers here. I wonder if they'll have it the last couple games here. Yeah. I mean, not great, you know. I mean, obviously he's 2-1 here, but like typical Canada, relying on on scoring here. You know, you have that's it, dude. You give 3 goals. You gave it 3, 6, 9 goals this tournament in 3 games.
Yeah, not good.
Not good, dude.
Not good.
Not good.
And then he did say Hellebuck was goated, which I definitely agree with. I mean, let's just give him the Vezina right now, honestly.
Well, let's take it easy here. We got the rest of the season.
Igor's going to come back together?
It could be anyone's game here still,
No,
trophy.
It can't.
Yes, it can.
Who, though? Who would be even in the conversation?
I would think maybe Aiden Hill is up there. Logan Thompson, maybe.
But I still feel like if Hellebuck leads the league in shutouts and has the percentage and wins and he leads the league in wins as well. I mean, no one's getting it.
Obviously, if he continues to play, but I wouldn't say give it to him now.
I bet he's like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander minus 600 betting favorite.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander yourself, okay? Goaltending leader, he leads in goals against 2.07. Anthony Stolarz to 972. I don't know how many games he has under his belt. He's also the winning most goaltender, Connor Hellebuck, that is, by fucking a long shot. 8 games, it looks like. Jake Ottinger. I wonder Ottinger's not in the top 5 for anything else, dude. How about Darcy coming in there? 2.19 goals against on average, comes in at 3. But again, I wonder how many games are we talking? Yeah, he's got how many games played? I mean, regular season he has 29 games played. I guess that, you know, Ottinger's got 40 here. Yeah. I wonder how much Stolarz has. Stolarz definitely doesn't have 40 games started. No, you only got 18 games. Yeah. So that's, again, ESPN has got to do that better as well.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, put up a certain number. Like, Anthony Stolarz doesn't start, okay? Markstrom, I know he missed some time. He's got 36 games. He's got good numbers, dude. You know? But, yeah, I mean, listen. Hellebuck is definitely the favorite here. All right, let's take it easy. Logan Thompson's giving him a run for his money. But, you know, there's other goaltenders you could look at here. So, you know, yeah. Don't just give it to him right away, Brian.
I think that's you wanting to be different. You know he deserves it. Come on.
We'll see at the end of the season if he does.
But, like, okay, if you had to give a percentage of him getting the award, what would it be?
Like 67%?
All right. I would say 87%. But I guess he could struggle. I mean, I will give you that.
That's right. He could.
Vinny T injury. Do you know anything about this?
I did not, dude. Was he?
Let's see. I'm looking at the update here. He left yesterday's game down the tunnel.
Two hours ago. This is from New York Rangers Insider.
Right, but I don't know. Like, hockey always just does this with the fucking injuries.
Puck hit him in the hand seconds before Jesper Bratt's goal. He also went to the room early. And obviously, you know about Brady Chuck also leaving as well. I guess that's it.
But, like, so no clarity.
Oh, no, wait, what the fuck? No, listen. 9:14, Vinny T is back on the ice for Team USA. Took a one-timer. I guess maybe you could. Oh, this is the Brady.
It's weird. The article is like, concerning update.
This is courtesy of Molly Walker here. 10:52 p.m. last night. Briefly saw Vincent Trocheck in the USA room. He said he was all right.
But you think that's a typical hockey thing?
I mean, yeah, definitely, probably bothering him. Take a puck to the hand that fucking hurts, but I don't think his hand's broken or anything. Especially if he went out back out there to play, right?
Yeah. So hopefully he's okay. But I mean, yesterday's game. I mean, you're talking about momentum, but does that even really matter? I mean, don't you think the U.S. still, they lose 2-1 to Sweden and they bench a bunch of guys, start Ottinger, even though he actually played well, only 2 goals allowed. But I mean, does that game even really mean anything when you're not, going all out to win?
It does. It does mean, I think that these guys, not for nothing, not that they didn't, maybe as a team you're not going all out, but they still,
the guys who were out there were.
The guys who were out there certainly were. And I think it is worrisome that you're going to be, without Austin Matthews.
What do you mean without Austin Matthews?
Is he not out?
I didn't see that.
For tomorrow?
No, he just sat out last night.
I thought he was going to be out for tomorrow, lower body injury. Am I wrong?
I didn't see that one.
Or was it only for, it was just precautionary for Austin Matthews' injury? Austin Matthews to shoot up red, and blue for final round robin game. Instead, will be watching from the press box.
Because they just said he was sitting out, but then I see on here that they are calling it an upper.
Is it upper body
injury?
I guess it says he will rest up for his match against Canada here.
McAvoy was in the hospital last night too.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely is worrisome. And we're gonna be without Matthew Tkachuk. He's definitely not playing tomorrow?
No, Sullivan expects him to be good to go.
Oh, okay, sweet, dude. So we kind of have a banged up roster, but a full roster nonetheless. So that's kind of good. What's the deal with McAvoy? Did you hear anything about him?
Something with his shoulder?
Damn, dude, that's tough because he's great as a defender here. He's been killing it, so. Especially, game, final, not his hometown, but the team he plays for. I'm actually not sure where he's from, but
yeah, he was in Mass General Monday night to treat whatever injuries plaguing him. I mean, the good thing is, we got today and tomorrow to rest.
Yes, very true.
The lead up to the game at 8 o'clock on Thursday.
That's right.
But I feel like from your tone, Tony, I feel like you're not feeling as confident anymore with this stuff.
Other than I'm not feeling as confident, it's just that it is tough. I suppose. Like I said, Canada has momentum. They're playing better. I still do question. I suppose obviously goaltending. We have a better matchup. It's just really about how the defense can stop McDavid again. I mean, we saw McDavid. I believe now has back-to-back games where he has the opening goal. Obviously in this tournament here. And, he has that ability to take control of the game immediately into his hands and score. And that, I believe, I don't know if you saw the first score he had, the first goal of the game. He got shut down. Trying to find space, get shut down, kind of skates his way around, creates space for himself, and then shoots the puck again and scores. And that, again, that's just what McDavid can do. So you need someone to stop him. I think this team does start and stop with Connor McDavid. Listen, if your defense is banged up, if McAvoy isn't going to be playing, that could pose a problem. Especially if other guys are banged up too. I mean, that does worry me a little bit. But I would imagine a lot of these guys rise to the occasion and play, obviously a great hockey. But like I said the other day, I think it's a 50-50 chance that they have of winning. And I'm going to stick to those odds.
What do you think about John Pollock saying, I'm calling it now Jets are winning the Stanley Cup? They're due.
Listen, they are due, and I think they've had tremendous success. Obviously, Hellebuck with that. Even Josh Morris, he's been great on the defense this year for them. Kyle Connor, with I forget who else is on that first line, but regardless, I mean, yeah, they're a great team. So I mean, they definitely could. They were a team that I thought would make it deeper last season in the playoffs, but obviously didn't. But that's, I think, what makes them so dangerous this year. The fact that they are so good, consistently good. They started the year off so good, and they really haven't looked back since then. So it's a good shot. But hey, I mean, listen, NHL playoffs are hard to predict, I would say, Mr. Pollock. You never know. You never know who's injured at the right time, what team is getting hot. It's not going to be an easy road to the Cup final for them. And then not to mention, whoever does come up from the East, you got to get through them as well. Whether it be Florida, whether it be Washington, whether it be the Rangers, it's not going to be easy. And even for Winnipeg, you got to get through Edmonton, you got to get through Dallas, you got to get through LA, you got to get through Colorado. There's a lot of big teams you have to beat out there. So I guess we'll see. But it's a good prediction.
Impossible question right now. Who's playing in the Stanley Cup?
Oh my God, that's so tough, dude. Who's gonna be playing in the Stanley Cup?
Capitals have the most points in the East, by the way.
I know, dude, but it's just I don't know if they're going to be able to play it at such a high. I mean, I guess they are. I guess if you ask me right now, it'd have to be Caps out of the East, I guess. Even though everything's so tight, you never know. Carolina is thrown in there as well, dude. Damn, I guess I'll go with Washington. I mean, Ovi just having a great year. And then out of the West, I want to say Colorado makes it again. To be honest, dude.
They're
Yeah.
gonna have a little bit of a surprise there.
Yeah, I
the
think
wild card right now.
yeah, they're in the
68
they're in the
points.
wild card, and I think that's honestly they're going to be striving around there, dude. I think they would lick their chops if they're a wild card and they have a potential, first round exit for someone to be upset, And not for nothing, dude. I think that they still have one of the best defenses in the league that plays together. I know their goaltending situation, they've had to pivot and they've maybe kind of found their solution, I guess, with either Wedgwood or Blackwood. But I mean, listen, we saw them, make a cup with Darcy, right? So it's possible, dude. And McKinnon's been so good in this tournament
Mikhail
as well.
McCarr.
Kale McCarr, I mean, he's someone who I've seen shut down, Connor McDavid by himself.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous defender. So I think if anyone could do it, it could be Colorado. But the West is tough, dude. I mean, it could be Edmonton. It could be, Winnipeg. It could be Dallas. I think that, although that right now maybe the playoff race isn't really much in question, but when they get to the playoffs, I mean, the Western teams have a really tough time trying to advance.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's going to be, as we would say,
Vegas.
gauntlet. Vegas could be there. I know this is almost chalk, but I'm going to go the rematch from last year. Game 7 again. This time McDavid, hat trick. Almost a Messier situation.
Oh,
I think,
my
I think that's
God,
what it is. I
dude.
think they're trailing. It was Game 6, right? They were going into Game 6, and he said they're going to win 6-7.
Yeah,
That
for
was
the
Messier?
Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, against the Devils.
I
yeah.
think that's what's gonna happen.
And then they
finally get over the hump, and then it'll make way. All right, did my job here. It's time to head to the Big Apple.
Not gonna happen, dude. John Pollock, by the way, says Jets versus Canes,
Interesting.
which is interesting. Yeah,
Canes with Ronson now, right?
that's right, dude. I mean, they got a lot of depth still. So
Does it not feel like though we haven't had an NHL game in 2 months,
it literally doesn't, dude.
and then we still gotta wait till Saturday, till we get one, but.
Yeah, it's tough.
But once next week rolls around, spring training will be in full effect. NHL back. I think that's when we're really rolling. March Madness around the corner.
Yeah, I think you're right, dude.
So yeah, well, I'm excited for the game.
Jets in 6, he says,
okay,
yeah.
Jets in 6. Excited for the game on Thursday. And really, the only other thing I wanted to mention here, we do have the Yukon Huskies off that excruciating loss, embarrassing loss to Seton Hall on Saturday. They are back in action against Villanova tonight at the XL Center. And I believe, and I actually want to double check this, but I think Villanova might have won last time they played. I actually want to check this out.
Yeah,
But
let's see, dude.
UConn's 9.5-point favorites here, which seems high. And yes, Villanova won by 2 back
Yikes.
on January 8th. But this is must win. I do think though the 9.5 is a stretch. I really do. Even at home, I think it's going to be down to the wire. I'm just guessing by the law of averages, that they're able to, put it together down the stretch. Maybe Solo Ball hits a big shot or two. I'm not really expecting Carabin to do everything, even though he probably had his best game in a month last time, even though they lost. And it'll be interesting too to see if they respond to his comments after the game, where he said that the players aren't taking every game seriously like the coaching staff is. And then Mark was texting me yesterday. He thinks that he has, some of the beef with like the younger players. And I think it's just one of those things. Like I said, you go into a year with such high expectations and you go through struggles. There's always going to be some type of finger pointing.
Right.
But it's how you respond to it. So I do think they win tonight. I'm going to say, and we got a 137.5. I'm going to say they win this game 78-72. And that would be the over, which is 137.5, very low. So the over, and then Villanova with the points, but UConn outright. That's all that matters. And that would be their 18th victory of the season. What do you think, Tony?
I don't know, man. I think that they're going to lose this game by 2, to be honest.
Wow.
And it's going to be something like missed free throws, couldn't handle towards the end on the stretch, fizz out. Pollock says UConn is cooked. Bang. I mean, how do you feel, like, in your prediction? How confident, like, if you had $250 right now to spend, bet on just college basketball, are you, like, putting a hefty amount on that UConn bet you just made?
Well, see, the thing is, I wouldn't take them to cover, but I would take them to win outright.
Right, which is what you predicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the
So you
money
would.
line.
You take the money line.
Yeah, even though the odds would be terrible.
Yeah.
But I would. I just think, you've come to a crossroads in the season. I mean, you can't lose many more of these games. They're minus 500 favorites.
Minus 500 favorites,
Needless
dude.
to say, I would be a little tight.
Is Villanova not good?
Yeah, 15-11. They haven't been the same since Jay Wright
Jeez.
retired. So, they've had some surprise wins. They beat St. John's, too. But, yeah, I think UConn gets it done here.
They just
Home
lost to
crowd.
Providence.
I think I could see Caravan having a big game as well. So that's going to be 6:30 FS1. I think, Marquette's playing Seton Hall. That's not going to exactly be a big game. But I think there were a couple other ranked matchups. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, this is all we got. I mean, there is TGL. I was watching a little bit of that last night. Who was it? I think Keegan Bradley, chipped in for Eagle. And Tiger will be playing tonight. So I guess that makes it a little more interesting. And
John Pollock, can't wait for Sunday, dude. UConn comes to St. John's.
And I'll be there. So let's fucking go.
That's
UConn,
right,
St.
dude.
John's. That's going to be a great game. And actually, we have a couple ranked matchups here. Mississippi State versus Texas A&M. That's at 7 o'clock. And that's 21 versus 7. Mississippi State 2.5-point favorites. Michigan State, they finally got Tom Izzo, that win record in the Big Ten. They're hosting Purdue, 7 o'clock on Peacock. And then other than that, Kansas BYU late night, 9 o'clock. And BYU minus 3.5. So couple college basketball games. We're getting to the nitty gritty of the season, the tournament, selection Sunday, all of that. So. Let's go UConn, that's for sure. And as I always do, Tony, is there binge later?
You can.
There is binge, dude. 8 p.m., you know the deal. Mike and I in studio. Mike's talking Cobra Kai, season 6, dude.
Okay. And Kev was big on that yesterday.
Yeah, Kev was asking us about Cobra Kai. He's definitely big on it. And I started watching White Lotus season 3. I don't know if you're aware of the White Lotus show.
Yeah, I watched the last season.
Oh, you did?
I didn't watch season 1,
Italy.
but I watched last season.
Yeah, exactly. Christopher.
Yeah, Christopher.
Yes.
And
what did you think of it? You thought
it was a little weird, honestly.
It is weird.
And then I didn't like the ending.
Right.
But Michael Imperioli, is it Imperioli?
Yeah, I'm
It's a
not
tough
sure.
pronunciation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I thought he did a good job.
Yeah. The hookers.
But just without
The divorce.
blowing the content of tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, was it just give me a yay or nay on the first episode?
Honestly, first episode, nay, dude.
Okay.
But obviously,
Okay.
tune in. As HBO does, they're releasing every episode, 9 o'clock every Sunday, so there's only one to watch and break down. They're taking, I guess you could say, a slow approach to this season. Let's say it like that, I guess. But obviously tune in 8 p.m. We get the full breakdown. I want to get your guys, obviously take on it as well. If you haven't checked it out, HBO Max, an hour episode. It's worth the watch. They're set up the season, so I'm hoping it does develop, Brian.
Yeah. Sometimes these things are slow moving. You never know.
Exactly.
Just like if you give the rookie a shot, I think you get a couple other sets in. Oh, dude, network television. Would you rather watch Suits LA or the rookie?
Oh wow, dude! I couldn't imagine the spin-off of Suits.
But Harvey will be back though for some episodes.
To be honest, dude, Suits. I'm on season 5, and I'm like, this show should be over, dude. Just proposed to Meghan Markle's character, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know, dude. It's too much, dude.
What if you had to pick?
I guess I would try the rookie. I guess, right?
For your pissed, dude.
I mean, I could imagine that Suits LA is that good. And then we're not even in New York anymore.
But dude, LA, the West Coast, the weather.
No, I don't think so, dude. Well, it's like Jeremy Piven was, in the show too.
Is he?
No.
Oh.
It's like unless he was,
if
dude.
he
That
was,
would be
then you
sick,
would
dude. I'd
be-
be like,
yes,
all right, yeah,
yes,
sure.
Yes. But yeah, so tune in for the best of movies and shows you could imagine. 8 o'clock right here in the DTV studios. By the way, on the way out, John Pollock says, but first of all, tomorrow, I would imagine St. John's wins by 30.
Wow.
But yeah, here we are. Another great show today. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane Costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy Binge Buddies, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.